Okay guys, good evening and welcome to Thursday Night Racing League. This is exactly round number 2 of the championship and we are here at Imola. I do apologise, I was just grabbing a quick drink, but how are we doing? If you're new here, you're probably wondering it is the one and only and of course Thursday Night Racing League regular commentator, and that is of course Hoppers. Hoppers is back in the commentary box for round number 2 of the PlayStation 4 lobby. This is the PS4 lobby. The guys had the opening round 2 weeks ago at Laguna Seca, but we are here at of course the home of, I can't really say the home of the Italian Grand Prix, but is also the second Italian Grand Prix on the F1 calendar, and that is of course Imola. And yes, it is great to be back. It is probably been 2 weeks since I last commentated, but looking at conditions tonight, I believe it is going to be 2 35-minute sprint races in the dark, which probably is going to be a bit leery, probably a bit hilarious as well at the same time. But if you are liking the stream, guys, please make sure you do like and subscribe to Thursday Night Racing League. It helps these guys out a bunch, it helps me out a bunch as well as bring you live and exclusive action from the Thursday Night Racing League. The PlayStation 4 lobby is, like I say, round number 2 of the season, and it is looking likely that of course Lemos is going to be the guy that is going to be trying to chase after a few guys. But hopefully you can hear me on stream. Just give me 1 second just while I get the comments up. Purely because I need to see what's going on. But it's going to be very great to see. JMR, good evening, mate. Thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight. But yeah, good luck to everyone that is taking part tonight. It is going to be very close. I'm hoping in potentially after the second sprint race tonight, I will try and do some driver interviews, so I'll invite the top 3 from the overall race result, so whoever finishes of course first, second and third, plus the AM class winner. But it is going to be very interesting. We've got IRL Sim Racing, thank you mate. Good evening Nobby, how's it going mate? Nice to see you again. But there is a few new people on the grid tonight as well, so I'm going to have to obviously go through them as well. But we've got around just coming up to 16 minutes of free practice here at Imola. It is very dark out on track. The stars are actually even out as well, so looking forward to seeing what tonight brings. We've got of course we'll go through who's around in a moment or two, but looking at, of course, Luke Barnard, aka Depressed Squid. Luke is now in the Ferrari, which seems a very interesting car choice for him. We'll see how well Luke can do. He's obviously come back. He missed last week due to being at a wedding, so he's back. He's been around for quite some time. Then you got Joe Bananas in the Audi R8, the familiar colour scheme that Adam Bosselthwaite used to run. I believe Adam is in the PS5 lobby now, so he's obviously with the familiar Audi R8 colours. Then you've got, I believe that is Brandon. I'm sure he will correct me. I'm sure some of the guys will correct me as well throughout the evening. But he's in a beautiful looking blue and green and white Audi R8. They got JMR, so you got James in the Ferrari. But it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to go on. Good evening, John. How's it going, mate? Have a good race all. Nox Pro number 1 tuned in from Madeira. I'll tell you what, you are enjoying the sun, my friend. I'll tell you what, fair play. Hope the signal's great over there so you can watch the action, mate. Shame you're not out on track, but hopefully we'll see you at round number 3 of the season in 2 weeks' time. I believe that's actually at Silverstone, so will be on British turf. And of course we've got Dazza in the Daz Tinkler in the unlucky 13 Audi R8. Shouldn't really call it that, but he's obviously number 13, but we'll see how well he does this evening. Got a bit caught up in a bit of issues at at Laguna Seca last time out, but we'll see what he can do this evening. Then you've got, of course, Yuri. Yuri's back for another season. What's he going to do in the Lambo? He's obviously saying it's going to be a very interesting car for him. I think he was mentioning that he's going to do it quite well when he gets the right setup, of course, but we'll see what he can do. The Dutchman in the Italian car on, there's quite a few obviously Ferraris, so there's obviously the Ferraris and the Lamborghini on home turf, so it's going to be very good. I don't know whether Stefano Marchetto is going to make it, obviously in his famous Bentley, the number 1 Bentley, but we will see. Then we've got, of course, Silverbeard in the Ferrari, the M-Class driver, made his debut last 2 weeks ago in Thursday Night Racing League in the Ferrari, so we'll see how well he can do his Silverbeard. But it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what goes on. Then you've got, of course, Fred in the McLaren, the Norwegian, I think he was the Norwegian driver, if I remember rightly, in the Balf Motorsport. McLaren has just gone off there, but he's gone into pit lane. Then you've got, of course, Peter, aka Captain Slow, in the Bentley. And it's going to be very interesting to see how well he does tonight. He's obviously looking for quite a mission. Then, of course, you've got Seth in the McLaren around here, the white and green. I believe it's got black edges on it as well, so it's looking very interesting to see what he can do. Then you've got McIver, aka Kevin, in the 777 Lexus RCF, the underrated Lexus RCF as I used to call it. And then, of course, BCL Prepared, I think that is how you pronounce his PSM, but he's in the almost a devil numbered Lamborghini Huracan GT3 car, but it is looking very nice in the Bugatti shoes Lamborghini. And then you've got 6 Skill, I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is at the moment, but he's in the Ferraris, in the number 52 Ferrari, so we'll see exactly what's going to go on. I'll try and obviously sorry, I can't get my words out, offer you a variation on board cameras as well as the helicam. We'll try and get the helicam up for the race, because obviously with it being dark it's going to be a bit of a, we'd want to believe we will be having 15 drivers tonight, which is probably a good shout, maybe 16, but we'll soon find out. But just looking with 11 minutes to go, we do have 5 minutes of qualifying. That's the 5-minute qualifying session before race number 1, as well as 35 minutes around here for race number 1, then obviously another 5 minutes of qualifying for race number 2, and then 35 minutes again. And then hopefully, all being well, I'll get the top 3 from race 2 into the comments box, plus the AM-Class winner if they're up for it. But obviously, if you're not up for a driver interview, if you guys are watching the stream, do not panic, it is not the end of the world. We can try and get the top 3 if we can from the overall result. It looks like at the moment though, Lemos is literally on course to try and break away. He was looking very quick at Laguna Seca last time out. I'll go through quickly if I can the championship standings if I have them to hand. This is where it gets complicated, because I've not been able to get myself sorted for tonight, which is a bit of a shame really, because I'm normally way ahead of that. But let's have a look then. The PS4 driver for season 5, I believe MGL, I don't know whether he's racing tonight, but he is top of the tree on, of course, 36. This is obviously the overall championship. On 36, then Stefano Marchetto, obviously reigning champion, on 34. Then you got Lemos on 30, so he's 6 points behind. Then you got JMR. JMR is on 24. McIver is on, of course, 18 points. Then you got Alex on 16. Dazza on 14. Then of course Captain Slow on 9. Fredster on, of course, 7. Then you got the two Knox brothers on 5 points, which they're missing tonight, which is a bit unfortunate, but they're on 5 points. Then you got Silverbeard, of course, on 4. Then you got Yuri, Luke, and then of course Kaiser on 0 points. That is actually the overall championship standings. Going into then the pro, I think it's the AM class, is McIvor is on 18. He's actually joint AM class leader with, of course, Alex. Then you've got Peter, then you've got Fred, then you've got the two Knox brothers, Joel and John on 7, and of course Silverbeard on 6. That is the AM class. The pro, I think the pro class was actually is exactly the same as the overall, the top sort of thereabouts, but we'll soon find out as we just get 6 skill with a 141.7 in that Ferrari at the moment. He's obviously trying to push on for quite some time, but then you've got, of course, OCH Racing. They are on, of course, 46. This is the team's points, by the way. And then in the same boat, I believe that is basically the likes of Peter and of course Stefano Marchetto. They're on 43. Let's have it. And that is, I believe that is Silverbeard and of course Dazza, I believe, on 40 points. Lovely jubbly minty racing on 24. Then you've got admin's team on 21. Then you've got between Yuri and of course Luke, I believe that is. I'm not too sure whether that is, they're going to be the team on 18, I think. I'm not too sure. And of course Knoxville Racing on, of course, 10 points. But we'll see what's going to happen. I believe 51 is a new guy to me. Just going to jump back into the stream now and see the comments. I do apologise, guys. But I believe Killer Dude is new. Not too sure who he is, but I believe he's going to be thereabouts. He's in the 51 Ferrari. So we've got a lot of people. So it looks like 14 drivers at the moment. Maybe 2 more on the way, but 6.5 minutes of free practice then here at, of course, Imola for round number 2 of season, I think it was season 5. I don't know whether I put the stream title correctly. I'll just double check though, guys, because I'm only one. Yes, it's correct. But if you are watching the stream, guys, can you please give it a massive thumbs up, and please do like and subscribe to, of course, Thursday Night Racing League. It will help these guys out a lot. It will help me out as well for commentary. But you know, who knows what's going to happen at the moment. It looks like we've got quite some fast-paced drivers at the moment. We've got quite a few cars out, obviously, in pit lane. There's a few out there. Got the Audi, the 2 Audis out there. We've got a couple, the 4 Ferraris out on track. I believe. Where is Luke at the moment? He is there. A fuel count. I think we've got the fuel bot for tonight as well, which to give us a lap time. This is exactly calculation is just to look at this, because this is probably going to help me out a bit as well. It's 35 minutes of race. They do have to take a mandatory pit stop in race 1 and 2. It is just for fuel only, it's not for tyres, so you know, because it's 35 minutes. Then I think the fastest lap at the moment, but it's actually now been smashed, because according to the calculation, I don't know whether that is with prepared lap time. I'm not too sure, but we'll try and find out with that. But we'll soon find out in a second or two. But there's a lot of comments on that. Do apologise if I'm missing your comments, ladies and gents. I do apologise for that. But time's looking pretty close indeed. Yeah, alright, Brandon, I'll do that, mate. I'll call you MX then, mate. I do apologise, pal. I forgot it was you, but if you want to be known as something different, then let me know, because I've got all the time for it. But looking at some of the times, then the likes of 6 Skill, then you got Lemos, MX, then you got MX, of course, Joe Bananas, Dazza, and of course Luke, then of course JMR at the moment, then obviously Yuri, Silverbird, Fredster, and of course Peter. Then of course there's a lot of drivers though sat in pit lane at the moment. I think they're just trying to wind down. I don't know whether the clock's going to wind down for them, but it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. We've got 3 minutes and 41 seconds. But if you're new to the stream, guys, don't panic. I obviously give everyone airtime on the stream. I don't just pick drivers out willy-nilly. I know when there's a battle, we obviously have the battle, but then we can potentially flick through the drivers and see how everyone else is doing. That's how I do it. I like to make sure everyone is on stream because, you know, it's very important to have that. But we'll see how well it's going to go. We've got 3 minutes left of free practice, then we get into 5 minutes of qualifying. It's going to be very weird. 5 minutes round here, it's going to be over before you know it. But looks like 6 skill at the moment with 141.4 412, which seems to be very close as he goes there. Oh, he gets a bit crossed up almost into the gravel though, but it's going to be very close to see what's going to happen. I think Lemos is the only Porsche. We're trying to see whether Stefano Marchetto will make it onto the grid. But hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream. If you are, please do give it a massive thumbs up. And yeah, if you don't know me, if you've never heard this voice before, I am Hoppers. I am normally the regular, well, I'm now technically the regular commentator for Thursday Night Racing League. I did this league halfway through season 1, and then I obviously did season 2, and then did a bit, I think I did a bit of season 3 and a bit of season 4 due to work commitments, and obviously work commitments at the moment have fallen my way, so I get to commentate for these guys. I get to give them a beautiful stream, and I'll tell you what, it's great to be doing it. But it's going to be very close to see what's going to happen tonight, because, you know, I've commentated on numerous leagues, but obviously, you know, I found my place for Thursday night, and Thursday night unfortunately is the only night I do commentary at the moment, but you know, that's about it at the moment. But yeah, so obviously it's going to be very close to see what's going to happen, as Lemos is second. MX was, I think MX was second, or maybe he's still third, but we'll see exactly what's going to happen. But it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. RL Sim Racing, thanks for commentating. I enjoy being in the booths as much as racing, and I have to broadcast any juicy events. Yeah, see, that's the thing with me. I have obviously commentated for quite some time. I've done it for the last probably 2.5 years now. I did race for a championship, but then I stepped down from that and I went commentary. Sometimes I prefer commentating and racing because I tend to tense up quite a bit and I'm not as quick as anyone, you know, but it's good to be part of the league. But got obviously timer now has run out for potentially a natural at it. I see, that's the thing, I can be a natural. Sometimes I do get my words mixed up, and sometimes I do get drivers' names wrong, or I do mispronounce a few drivers, but nevertheless that doesn't matter. But we are getting ready then for the all-important 5-minute qualifying here for race number 1 at Imola then. Who is going to get pole position? Who are we betting to get pole position? It looks like a couple of guys are just heading out, I believe. Just working it out at the moment. Who's gone out? I think MX has gone out, Luke's going out, Yuri's going out, James is going out. I do hope the sound levels are fine with the cars as well, guys. Just let me know. If not, we can adjust them, but I do try and tend to keep the engine notes rather balanced, because, you know, it can be quite loud on stream, as well as me shouting over the over the cars, and I don't really want to be doing that, but got a few guys out. Seth's gone out, so there's a few cars now out on track with this very quick qualifying session, because it's going to be very interesting to see what exactly goes on. But we'll see exactly what is going to happen. But just looking what's going to happen, I'm just going to try and catch up with the stream just on why I'm looking what's going on track as well. But you've got Fred's out there. You've got the majority of the field apart from Prepared. I think Prepared's just now going out. I think he's going to be the last car to go out there. But you can just see exactly what's Joe Banana's going to do. I think he's going to be thereabouts, the Audi R8 driver. It seems very dark in, of course, Italy at the moment. I think because obviously with the excuse me, coughing down everyone's ear for a second. But with it already being dark over in Italy at the moment, they're trying to make it like a real life condition. So let's see what's going to happen then. It's first night race of the season. We did have a night race at Kyle Army a few seasons back, which was provided some great entertainment, and I believe the race at Catalonia at the end of season 2 was also not race. So it's going to be very great to see what's going to happen, because you know we've got coming up to 2.5 minutes then, so the ones that are on an out lap will have to get the skates on very quickly to get thereabouts. But looking at some of the cars then, some of the cars are equally, as you can tell, the time screen won't be updated until someone crosses the line. But just looking what Seth can do in his McLaren. I think it's his debut race. I think some of them are actually on a debut race tonight, so it's going to be very interesting. The 51 and 52 Ferraris at the moment are at the tail of the field. But 2 minutes to go then of course qualifying for round number 2 of the PlayStation 4 lobby for Thursday Night Racing League at Imola, if you just joined. But thank you for tuning in, guys, on this Thursday evening, or depending on where you are from around the world. I do apologise, it might not be evening for where some of you guys are from, but I do apologise for that. But we'll see how well it goes. But see where Luke is now. Luke is a force to be reckoned for. He's obviously in the Ferrari, in the yellow and black Ferrari. Let's see what he can do. The number 12, he is obviously on a mission, you know, after missing last week, but we'll see how quick he can push that number 12 Ferrari to its limit. But it looks like MX at the moment has got a 142.8, then Luke's obviously 42 tenths behind him. Then you got Yuri in the Lamborghini. It looks like Yuri's on for a good third place. Maybe not, because Killer Dude is at 142.237 now. So the 41 Ferrari goes on to pole position, provisional pole position. Just remember, with 45 seconds remaining in this race. Then you've got Dazza in 5th, then you've got Seth of course in 6th, but then the 52 Ferrari 141.961. So the 42 and 40, yeah, 52 rather, not, sorry, I got really confused with myself. 52 and 51 Ferraris are 1-2 at the moment. With them, of course, MX in, of course, 3rd at the moment. Then of course Lemos, the sort of the outshone racer at Laguna. I think he got a race win or onto the podium at Laguna, so it's going to be very interesting to see exactly how close that's going to go. But qualifying now has finished then, so anyone that is on a lap will be probably shown the checkered flag this time round. But the likes of Fred, Joe Bananas, Pete, JMR and Prepared yet to set a lap, but could be very interesting. I think Prepared's 11th at the moment, so that's quite interesting to see what he can do, the BTL driver. And the Lamborghini Huracan, I think that was, if I remember, trying to work out what livery it was, but I'll have a look later on. But it's going to be very close. I think MX is 3rd, so that is Bugatti yeah, the Bugatti shoes liveried Lamborghini, but 6 Skill will oh no, in fact Joe Bananas putting on pole position 141.6, so the Audi driver thereabouts. Oh, get contact between him and of course JMR is actually 5th fastest now, so quite a few drivers are thereabouts then. So you got of course Lemos trying to go across the line. What's he going to do? Still stays 7th, unfortunately. Silverbeard is of course thereabouts, but he is currently going through the final turn now. Is he going to pull off into pit lane? No, he's not. He's about to go then into, of course, where's that going to put him? That still puts him 10th at the moment then, so it's going to be very interesting to see exactly. But Joe Bananas then with a 141.613. Tell you what a good lap time from of course Joe Bananas to get onto pole position for a race number 1 then. So we'll obviously get the formation lap. It's going to be quite interesting to see how well that's going to go, because not everyone's going to be pushing on, but Joe Bananas then from of course 6 Skill, then of course Killer Dude, then of course MX, and then of course Luke, then of course JMR, then of course Lemos, and then Dazza. Yuri is there. Yuri had a bit of a interesting moment to go 3rd, but then obviously he dropped down as the times were coming thick and fast. But we'll get the helicam up for you guys just while we get the formation lap underway. It is going to be quite interesting to see what's going to happen. I think for this 35-minute race it is going to be obviously a very interesting mandatory. Just remember that we'll have to take a mandatory pit stop for fuel in this race as well as the other, so it's going to be very close as you like. I think just looking at obviously the time at the moment, it seems with the likes of course Joe Bananas will go on board with the Audi R8 driver for the time being. Don't worry about the cars being up in the air, it's just they're on the jacks while they get their setup. It's going to be very close. We unfortunately just looking behind Joe Bananas at the moment with the Audi R8, the number 11 Audi. So looking at potentially how close it's going to go. It's a minute till the race starts. You can just see the guys just getting ready. They're going to have to obviously put the lights on, but be very close to see what's going to happen. Just looking behind Joe Bananas, but you can exactly see 6 Skill brake discs that are actually glowing red hot at the moment, so that is going to be probably a thing to watch. But we'll get ready for the formation lap. But 40 seconds then till the formation lap to get us underway here at Imola for round number 2 of season 5 of the Thursday Night Racing League PlayStation 4 lobby here at Imola. It is going to be pretty much coming and going. The season has been but we'll see exactly what's going to happen as the lights do flick on now. I think some of the guys are going to have to obviously remember to turn the lights on, because I believe they do get a penalty if they're not careful for not having the lights on, but hopefully they will see that as we get underway very shortly. Just got the poleman as well as 6 Skill. I think 6 Skill is going to be thereabouts. So Joe Bananas then literally on course to push on. I believe at the moment, just looking at 6 Skill, he hasn't got his lights on at the moment. I think he's kind of forgotten that, which is going to be a rookie mistake because he can't afford to do that in the race, but hopefully he's remembered as some of the guys now going through, of course. I think that's the Tamburino chicane, I'm not too sure, can't remember exactly top of my head, but hopefully 6 Skill puts his lights on before we get racing. I've noticed also JMR's got no lights on at the moment as well, so maybe the bindings on their wheels haven't put the lights on as of yet, but we'll soon find out. But looking exactly at what's going on then, with Joe Bananas leading the pack then for the formation. But should be very interesting to see excuse me, how well things go. I'm just looking as they head up the hill then. It's going to be a very interesting 35 minutes. First 35-minute race. It is the third sprint race of the season. You missed an absolute cracker at, of course, Laguna Seca last time out. The first two sprint races of the season, they were absolutely fantastic, were phenomenal, and they were pretty much on course to put a lot. You can just see the likes of Joe Bananas trying to back them all up and just trying to literally get tyres. He's probably thinking, what have I got to do? But is he going to make it a race win? Because he did so well in qualifying. We'll see how well what is going to happen. I think the likes of course Six Skill and of course JMR will have to have lights on. It can't run with them daytime LEDs, unfortunately, on the front of their Ferraris. But we'll soon figure out. I don't know whether they're just going to get into position for the rolling start. It's just a bit of a pain when you try and put a rolling start and the cars try and go side by side, but I think they are going to do as we speak. But coming through the last two turns now of Imola, and yes, it is going to be a cracker. Who is going to win, guys? Who is going to get the third sprint race victory of the season? Who is going to escape? But I think, you know, we're going to be in for a cracker. Hopefully the two without their lights on will put them on, because it is going to be a bit of an anxious wait otherwise, because they will probably get penalised. But Joe Bananas then bringing up to the start finish line to get the green light as well as the green flag for round number 2 of Thursday Night Racing League. This is PS4 lobby from Imola, and we are about to go. The rollings are actually up. Are we going to get the green light to go on? I believe we are. As soon as that car crosses the line of Joe Bananas, is he going to floor it, or are we going to get a couple of cars going side by side? But let's see. We've got the green light then. We're good to go here for the first race of the evening then. It looks like Six Skill has still got no lights on, which is going to make it very hard in the dark for him. I believe, just looking, I think that was MX actually gone off. Yes, he did. He went off in turn number 1 with Joe Bananas still leading there. But I believe now that Six Skill now has his lights on, yes, he's had to put them on. But obviously, a bit of a brave moment or two. Where has MX gone? MX is dropped down. I'm just trying to see where he is. He's currently ninth at the moment. Who was that at the back? Was that Prepared? I think it was. Yes, it was. But Joe Bananas then leads the way then from, of course, Six Skill at the moment, trying to push on, just trying to get the right camera angle, because cameras don't always play games with us at the moment, with the likes of Killer Dude, I beg your pardon, in third at the moment, of course Lamos, and then of course James, followed by Dazza at the moment, with the likes of Yuri trying to push on. I believe Luke's dropped down a bit. I don't know whether he's had a bit of issues early on in this race, but it's currently 10th at the moment. It's a bit leery stuff at the moment. But have we got a battle for first place at the moment? No, we haven't, because Joe Bananas is eking out that advantage at the moment with the likes of Six Skill and of course Killer Dude there in third place alongside, trying to catch up to the 52 Ferrari. Then you've of course got Lamos, and then of course JMR trying to push on. Daz has still got this train of cars. He's got the likes of Yuri, McCoyville, and of course MX, and of course Luke behind him. He's going to have to try and push on, but Yuri's doing very well in, of course, 6th place at the moment in that Lamborghini. He said he was going to want to try and push on this evening, but it's looking likely at the moment. Is there a bit of a pushing on? Let's see what else is happening. I believe at the back is of course Seth at the moment. Seth's dropped down to 15th at the moment, which hopefully he picks up. Fred still there, and of course 13th at the moment, with Peter and Silverbeard pushing on for 10th and 11th and 12th, I beg your pardon, with the Luke and of course MX trying to push on, but it's going to be very close as you like. Let's see what's going to happen, because the Porsche of Lamos is going to try and push on for potentially third place. At the moment we're on to of course 32 minutes, or 32 minutes remaining of this race. It seems like the race has already been action packed so far, but try and push on. Let's see what's going to happen. I think the two Ferraris are going to try and get there. Let's see what's happening further back. I think the likes of MX and of course Luke's trying to get there. The braking points are almost trying to be virtual next to nothing, because obviously with it being dark at the moment, but you'll see MX and of course Luke trying to battle for 9th and 10th at the moment. The Audi versus the Ferrari as they go down the hill down towards the back end of the circuit to complete another lap, but it looks like the likes of McIvor's kicked up a bit of dirt there going out of the penultimate turn there. But we've got, I believe Luke's gone into pit lane, has he? Yes, he has. He's gone into pit lane already. He had an issue with his Ferrari, it seems, but it's a big shame for the Welshman. Trying to push on as Yuri gets thereabouts, but have we got a big battle going on? No, we haven't, but don't know whether Luke's under-fueled or over-fueled. He's had to pull off this lap, but got Lamos still there, and of course 4th place at the moment with the likes of Joe Bananas. Joe Bananas is actually still leading the race. He's done very well to break away from the Ferraris at the moment, but the Ferraris are under pressure from of course Lamos's Porsche. Will go on board with the Porsche driver in a moment or two, which he's currently getting chased by James. I do apologise if the cameras go a bit weird, but on board with Lamos then, chasing after the two Ferraris. The 51 goes a bit wide there. You've got to be careful because of track limits, etc., but he's going to line up a pass for the 51 Ferrari into the chicane here. Is he going to maybe do that, or isn't he? He's going to try and push on, but looking exactly what he's going to do. He's got the Ferrari lined up, but let's see what's going to happen. But it could be very interesting to see what goes on. I think the likes of James is also thereabouts in that Ferrari. But Adam Postlethwaite, good evening, mate. He reckons Luke's going to do the undercut. Probably stuck. Yeah, you're probably right, mate. It's probably stuck in traffic for quite a bit, and you never know. You know what Luke's like. He likes to battle quite hard, but. See whether Killer Dude gets caught by Lamos at the moment. The 51 Ferrari trying to escape the 24 Porsche at the moment, but got the likes of Yuri and the number 5 Lamborghini, the Lamborghini Huracan. Try and give many people as we can. Does it, of course, thereabouts, but could be very interesting. I believe, according to a few of the comments, MX missed up his braking point into turn number 1 on lap 1, so that's probably why he dropped back a bit, and that's why he went wide. So I believe there was no contact, but we'll soon figure it out. But it's going to be very close to see what he can do with the likes of McIvor in the Lexus RCF chasing him down. It seems a lot of interest with just under 29 minutes to go in this opening race. It seems that could be in for a very interesting 29 minutes, but okay, yeah, it's probably no contact from because obviously when I had the helicam up it looked like it, but I do apologise. I don't think that, if it was kind of hit and miss with that helicam, I believe, but we'll see what's happening, because Lemos is trying to get past, of course, Killer Dude for, of course, third place at the moment, to go back on board with the Porsche then, chasing after the Ferrari. It's going to be very interesting to see exactly what these guys are going to do. Is he going to be able to push on to that Ferrari, or is he going to push the Porsche to its limits? Seems a lot of battle, and you can just see what's going to happen, but there's also a battle potentially now brewing for, of course, brewing for first place now, because I think Six Skills going to try and catch up to, of course, Joe Bananas. but it's going to be very close to see what he's going to do. I think just looking through the field at the moment with the likes of JMR and of course Yuri's under pressure from Dazza at the moment, but is that going to be helpful with the likes of the early pace setters? But we'll see what MX is going to do. He's still in 8th with the likes of McIvor, who's got away from McIvor just about with Silverbeard. Oh, Silverbeard's gone off track just as we joined him in the Ferrari, the number 10 Ferrari, and of course Pete has gone off in the Bentley, so 10th and 11th have gone off with the likes of Fred. Now going to catch him up in the McLaren. Then you got of course Prepared, then of course Seth, and then of course Luke's still down in 15th for the moment, but that's could be very interesting with the likes of Joe Bananas now under pressure from of course 6 Skill. This could be a very interesting turning point in the race with of course 27 minutes remaining in this race, but I'll tell you what, is Joe Bananas going to hold on, or is 6 Skill going to fire that Ferrari past the Audi? You can just see exactly how quick it's going to get, but I'll tell you what, it's looking a bit feisty between these two at the moment. Let's see exactly what's going to happen, and we'll try and focus on the battle for third at the moment in a moment or two, but excuse me, is 6 Skill and Joe Bananas literally tooth and nail. You can just see what's going to happen going up towards the chicane here. A bit of oh, it's a bit close there, close for comfort. I thought they were going to smash into the back of the Audi then. It was 6 Skill, but obviously Joe Bananas is trying to get away from him as best as he can with the likes of Killer Dude and of course Lemos. I'm going to try and go to that battle as well if we can. They're actually catching up, these two. If these two hold each other up by battling, the other two may get in front, but we'll see what Joe Bananas is going to do. Is he going to hold off 6 Skill? We'll try and go further back with the battles that are happening further back as well when we get a moment or two, but looking at the likes of 6 Skill, oh, he runs a bit wide, so that's going to allow Joe Bananas a bit of a breathing space, but or has it? It could be very close. You've got to be very careful not to cross the white, getting 4 wheels across the track, because it will, if you're not careful, ping you for track limits, and we don't want that. It's happened before with people crossing the lines and getting track limits and getting drive-through penalties, and we don't want that in a 35-minute sprint race. But looking at Joe Bananas then, he's literally trying to drive the nuts off that Audi, because he's trying to get away from, of course, 6 Skill. Then you've got Killer Dude trying to get away from Lemos. Then you've got, of course, JMR with Yuri, with Daz Tinkner trying to get past. I think Daz is trying to obviously push on for that, of course, Audi to get past the Lambo, but the Lamborghini, the number 5 Lamborghini of Yuri, he's still thereabouts, but could be very interesting. MX still there in 8th at the moment with McIvor 9th. Silverbeard still 7th, of course, Captain Slow with Pete down in 11th. Fred's the 12th. Prepared, of course, in 13th, and of course Seth 14th, and of course Luke still in 15th. But what is happening for the battle for the race lead? Has it come down quite a bit? It still looks like the Ferrari and Audi are trying to chase each other. It seems that the Ferrari and the Porsche battle are trying to push on, but you can see the likes of 6 Skill, 24 minutes to go then in the opening race here at Imola for the second round of the Thursday Night Racing League PS4 lobby at Imola for what could be a thrilling Season 5, much ahead for this season. Obviously we head off to Silverstone in 2 weeks time. That is going to be very interesting. I believe that is a endurance event, so we'll see how well that goes. But looking at 6 Skill trying to get past Joe Bananas, he's obviously about to clipping and skipping them sausage curbs into that chicane there, but you just see how close it's going to get between 6 Skill and of course Joe Bananas. In a moment or two it could be very close to see how close it's getting between the Audi and the Ferrari. 6 Skill's got to be very careful. He ran a bit wide there, but he's obviously going to be pushing on. Let's see what else is happening. Is Dazza actually got past Yuri? Yes, he has. I do apologise, we missed that while we're trying to concentrate on the race lead, but it could be very interesting to see what Yuri can do, whether he catches back up to the Audi. Both same engine powered, but JMR still in, of course, 5th place at the moment. But Joe Bananas then trying to push on with the likes of 6 Skill. Going to be trying to push on. I think he's dropped back a bit, but 22.5 minutes remaining in this race. It is going to be very close, because I think the likes of Killer Dude is going to be thereabouts. He's got, of course, Lemos trying to get that Porsche thereabouts, but let's see what's going on further back. Have we got any more battles? I'm just looking. Potentially, I think the top 4 trying to have a battle of their own, but Joe Bananas then from pole position at the moment with 22 minutes remaining in this race, still pushing on in that Audi. He's there, you know, he's done very well to lead where he is at the moment. I think we'll see how close it's going to get, but he's obviously trying to clip the apexes there as best as he can, but you can just see Lemos in that Porsche, the 24 Porsche driver there. He's trying to literally get on board with the 2 in front, maybe the 3 in front, because it's got like the likes of Killer Dude and of course 6 Skill, but it could be very close. We'll see what's going on further back, because I think the likes of course Dazzler and of course Yuri are still trying to catch each other, as well as MX there. MX trying to push that green, white and blue, white and green Audi R8 up towards the green, I think it's green, black, green and pink Lamborghini there. We'll soon find out though, but it's going to be very close to see what happens with 21 minutes to go then. But it looks like 6 Skills dropped back from, of course, Joe Bananas at the moment. That seems a bit not ironic, but it seems the Ferraris are struggling at the moment. The 2 Ferraris in front of Lemos, but Lemos is looking for an easy way past to try and get past the likes of the Killer Dude and of course 6 Skill Ferrari. You know, you can see exactly how close they're going to get, but with around, of course, 20 minutes and 25 seconds left of this race, it is going to be very close though, but looking exactly how close that's going to get. We'll see if we've got that battle. I think, oh, it was the move. Just trying to see. I think Killer Dude actually did run a bit wide there, with the likes of Lemos now trying to catch up. It's going to be very close, because Killer Dude's actually really struggling with the likes of Lemos trying to get past, but we'll go on board with the Porsche driver then. You'll see that the sun is beginning to rise here at Imola for what could be a very interesting 19 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in this race, but sees that Lemos is trying to push on with that Porsche there. We'll see what's going to happen, because I think Yuri, yes, Yuri's got the pink mirrors on his Lamborghini there, so he's going to try and push on to get away from MX for, of course, 7th position at the moment. We'll try and jump back to the battle for, of course, 3rd and 4th in a minute or 2, which we'll actually technically do for a second, but Joe Bananas is thereabouts. He's still leading the race then, currently putting some good laps in. He's obviously trying to push on whether he goes to the end of this the fuel, but it looks like McIver's jumped into pit lane, so he will be topping the fuel. Whether he tops up towards the end is another thing, but we'll soon find out. But the likes of Yuri and of course MX, oh, MX locks up a brake again, trying to get past Yuri. It's cost him time. It's a bit late on the brakes for that Audi driver, but hopefully he gets back up to Yuri. But Yuri's got a bit of breathing space now with the likes of Killer Dude and of course Lemos trying to still battle. Lemos is trying to literally get that Porsche past the Ferrari, trying to ring in the Ferraris as best as he can. He's trying to dial them up, but he can't, as Killer Dude does very well to stop him from getting past. But you can just see exactly how close it's going to get. I think, you know, we could be in for a close battle for 3rd and 4th at the moment. What's happening with the Joe Bananas Audi R8, the number 11 machine, trying to push on with the likes of 6 Skill still there. I believe Lemos decides to go in pit lane. Yes, he does. So that's an interesting tactic. Is that going to allow the likes of JMR to get into 4th? It will. Daza goes into pit lane. That'll allow Yuri, unless Yuri goes into pit lane, into of course 5th place now. Good strong showing from Yuri. So that's going to be very interesting. This is going to be very interesting then. So we're halfway through the race then, ladies and gents. What is going to happen? We've got a few cars in the pits then, the likes of MX, Lemos, Daza, and of course, yeah, that's the 3. But it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. And is there anything we could see? I think the likes of Lemos, he's going to be coming out of pit lane now. So there we go. We'll see what the Porsche driver can do. It's dropped him down a bit, but then he's got the guys ahead of him trying to push on. But there has been a change for the lead, I believe. Yes, there has. Looks like 6 Skill and of course Killer Dude have got past of course Joe Bananas. Whether Joe Bananas has had an issue or whether there's been contact, I'm not too sure, because that is allowed Joe Bananas now. He's skipping them sausage curbs out like chicane. Whether he's had an issue is another thing. But 16 minutes and 23 seconds to go. Prepared jumps into pit lane then, so there's a few guys now. Fred's gone into pit lane. We'll see what happens. Is Joe Bananas going to go into pit lane? I think he is. No, he's staying out, so it'll be very interesting to see. But say stop go penalty for speeding in pit lane for of course Pete. Pete's got a pit lane stop go penalty. 30 seconds, he's got to be kidding. That's going to blow his first race. He's not thereabouts. He's actually currently in 14th, so he's got 30 seconds stop go penalty. Yuri jumps into pit lane from of course 5th place at the moment. Luke is currently 8th at the moment with the likes of Lemos. Lemos is there in, I think he's going to be pushed up to now potentially 5th. Yes, he will be, because the likes of Yuri and Silverbeard have gone into pit lane. So it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. I think Pete's not going to be happy with that stop go penalty. 30 seconds. He's got to take it within 3 laps, otherwise he will get disqualified, and we don't want that. It has happened once, but Yuri then got to be careful when you take off the pit lane limiter. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be very close to see what's going to happen towards the end. We've got around 15 minutes then with the opening race to go. But like to Silverbeard, I believe Seth's gone into pit lane as well to do his mandatory fuel stop, but that is going to allow Lemos to try and push on for quite some astounding racing. He's done very well. He did very good racing at Laguna. They got the likes of 6 Skill, Killer Dude, Joe Bananas, and I believe to put a lap on Pete as he goes in for his 30-second stop go penalty. Can't afford to do that again because it will cost him time. But Luke's up into of course 6th place then. He's going to have to try and push on if he wants to get onto the podium. But as I say guys, if you're watching the stream, please do give it a massive thumbs up for me. It will help me out as well. 14 minutes to go in this opening race of the evening. But just looking at exactly what Luke's going to do, he's going to hopefully gets thereabouts, but he's got a bit of, I don't know where the other guys are at the moment. I think the other guys are actually a bit miles ahead of Luke, so Luke's going to have to try and put the skates on that Ferrari to get past. He's got, you know, with I think the likes of Seth's not done his mandatory pit stop. I think he's unless he had damage, we're not too sure. Pete's in there for 30 seconds. Hopefully he doesn't let go of the speed in the pit limiter this time, which he's obviously done. But we'll see how close it's going to get. But stop and go now cleared for Pete then, whether he pushes on. But don't forget ladies and gents, depending on time and how things go tonight, I will do driver interviews after race number 2. But at the moment it is looking likely we've got the likes of Six Skill still out there as Killer Dude goes into pit lane then. Joe Bananas, early pace setter and early race leader, now into second. JMR third at the moment. Is that going to allow, just looking where Luke, the likes of Luke and of course Lemos are at the moment, they're 5th and 6th respectively at the moment. Excuse me. With the likes of Killer Dude coming out of pit lane. Where is that going to put him? Is he going to try and push on? It's got Lemos coming down the start finish line now. You can just hear the Porsche. There you go. Porsche has got past, so Lemos is now up into 4th. So it could be a very interesting end to the race. I think the likes of Six Skill, Joe Bananas and of course JMR are going to try and push right to the end with fuel. We'll soon find out. But it could be very close with the likes of Luke now going to be, I don't, whether he's going to try and get the undercut to try and get onto the podium is another thing, but let's see what's happening further back. I think everyone's equally spread out. I think Silverbeard and of course Prepared are having a bit of a battle for 12th and 13th. The Bugatti shoes liveried versus the Ferrari. Could be very interesting to see what these two are going to do. There's like Six Skill going into pit lane then, so it's going to be very close to see how well he's going to do. But Six Skill there, as well as Joe Bananas, retakes the race lead for what could be a very eccentric victory if he keeps it together. We'll see if what Prepared and of course Silverbeard are going to do. Silverbeard actually gets past Prepared for of course 12th place at the moment, so he's got 10.5 minutes to go then. 10.5 minutes in this race. Could be very interesting to see what's going to happen. I think Six Skill, it's got a long way to crawl out of this pit lane. It's going to be close as you like. I think the likes of Lemos will probably take third away from him. Yes, he does. But that just shows exactly the calibre of Lemos at the moment. He's thereabouts. He knows for a fact Stefano Marchetto, that who took him out in race 1 at Laguna Seca, isn't racing tonight, so he might have a bit of breathing space. But we'll soon find out with around 10 minutes to go then in this opening race here at Imola for round number 2 of season 5 of the PlayStation 4 Thursday Night Racing League lobby. Excuse me, because now the sun is starting to rise here at Imola for what could be a very eccentric end to the opening race of the evening. It looks like, just looking what's going on at a minute, I think Luke's trying to push on. Got Fred trying to get away from Silverbeard at the moment with the likes of Prepared and of course Seth still there, and of course Pete after his stuck-out penalty that's hampered him quite a lot, and you can just see exactly what JMR is going to do with 9 minutes to go in this race. But we'll go on board with, of course, go on board with Joe Bananas for the for a moment or two in the Audi. Just why the sun that comes up here at Imola for the second race. He's obviously raced very well this evening. It's going to be very quick to see how good that's going to go. I think Killer Dude is currently still there, and of course 5th place at the moment, with of course Lemos overtaking both Ferraris during their pit stops with around 8 minutes and 23 seconds remaining. There's a yellow flag somewhere. Try to pick out where that is. Let's try to look on the map. I don't know who that was. Was it McIvor or was... I'm trying to pick out who it was, because there was a yellow flag somehow. I think it might have been the Prepared Bugatti shoes Lamborghini that went off, so he's a lap down anyway. But looking at Joe Bananas then. Is he going to make a splashing dash for potentially what's going to happen for then? But he's obviously staying out for quite some time. He's got JMR still there, 7 minutes and 30 seconds left. But we'll see how close it's going to get. But the likes of Lemoston going to get onto another podium. He did very well to get onto the podium at Laguna Seca last time out. Looks like MGL's also missing tonight, which is a bit unfortunate really, because you know, with the Audi driver being thereabouts. But 7 minutes to go now. Will that allow Lemos to get back onto the top step of the podium, or is the likes of Joe Bananas and JMR going to play it safe? They may just put a bit of fuel in to get to the end. I believe Seth's struggling at the moment. He's trying to push on with that McLaren, but he has got to take his mandatory pit stop again unless it's glitched, because sometimes it does glitch on the timing screen and it does try and push on. But 6.5 minutes then left of the opening race it seems, but Joe Bananas then could get some fuel into that. He's got around 5.7 gap excuse me, of JMR, so we can see exactly how quick it's going to be. But who knows exactly what's going to happen. But we'll soon find out within of course 6 minutes left of the race. If you're watching the stream, guys, welcome in. I do apologise if I try and go through every driver of the field, but to give them airtime, it's best that we do. But Joe Bananas done into pit lane with JMR still staying out, so he will get a point for leading a lap, no doubt. But Lemos then will be there. 5.5 minutes to go, just about, and this is exactly what is going to happen for Thursday Night Racing League. Whether a couple of the guys, I think the likes of Lemos, though, he's got a few cars ahead of him, which is going to be pushing on quite a bit. He's going through now what could be going on to second place, so it could be getting onto the podium, unless, oh, it looks like Joe Bananas has clipped the corners in pit lane. That is not what he wants to do, because is that cost him ground now? Let's have a look. Yes, it has, because the likes of Six Skill and Killer Dude have actually got in front of him. So the two Ferraris that he was battling with in race 1 have got in front of him yet again in this race. It seems a lot of interest. Yes, it has, because the timing screen, well, the timing tower has not technically updated, but that is allowed a few drivers. So Luke in 6th place, then Yuri 7th. He's on course for a decent result at the moment in race 1 is Yuri, with then of course MX and McIvor trying to get oh, there's Pete tries to unlap himself, but hasn't managed to do that as of yet, with the likes of Seth trying to push on at the moment, with the likes of Silverbeard and of course Fred still battling. They had a bit of a clash at Laguna Seca, but I don't think it was really that bad. But we've got of course 4 minutes left of the opening race then. So JMR, is he going to be able to push on and get a splash and dash of fuel in that car and try and get to the end, because he's got around 4 minutes, just about 4 minutes to go. But let's see what's happening between the two Ferraris at the moment. They're trying to push on. As you can see here, the sun is now, let's see, glaring onto the track. He's trying to heat up the track as best as we can, but you can just see that we'll go on board with, of course, Six Skill at the moment trying to push on, but he is thereabouts trying to push on to Lemos. Lemos is currently pushing on. You can see how close it's going to get. 3 minutes in this, just about 3 minutes in this race, but with the likes of course Fred and of course Silverbeard, they're going to have a bit of a battle again. Hopefully it doesn't end in tears like it did of course at Laguna. But 3 minutes to go then in the opening race here at of course Imola for Thursday Night Racing League. It's round number 2, and it looks like Fred's backed out of that slightly from of course Silverbeard at the moment, but seems a bit argy-bargy. I think they're going to try and have a bit of a battle. Yeah, we're trying to focus on this battle for the time being because they could. Oh, that was a bit close for comfort there between the likes of Silverbeard and of course Fred, but that's also delayed a few of the drivers that were lapping them. Unless they were trying to get out of the way because the faster guys were coming through. But 2 minutes to go then. But we'll see how well it's going to go because I think the likes of JMR's going to have to try and push on. He's in pit lane at the moment. He's going to have to go into pit lane very quickly. It's crawling down that pit lane with 2 minutes to go. This will allow Lemos to get into the race lead. He's going to probably make it excuse me, another race victory. And then number 24 Porsche, it seems that Porsche has done very well so far. He's going to be thereabouts, but you know he's going to be quite happy because he hasn't got the likes of Stefano Marchetto hunting him down in that Bentley. A minute and a half to go then with the likes of Seth thereabouts. He's going to obviously push on, but could be a bit of a disaster race for him in his opening campaign for Thursday Night Racing League. He's got around a minute to go though, but is he going to have to? I don't know whether the timing screen's glitched or what, because he did take a pit stop, but you got the likes of Killer Dude there trying to try to catch up to, of course, Six Skill, but Lemos then is literally now going to try and go onto the final lap of the race very soon, but it's going to be very close to see exactly what is going to happen. But 41 minutes to go then. But Lemos is there. He's going to go on to the final lap of the race then. But you can just see how close it's going to get. With 15 seconds left, he's going to go hopefully onto the final lap. It all depends though, because he may cross the line just as the time runs out though, that's the thing. And Lemos, I'll tell you what, fair play to him, he will cross the line and he will take the checkered flag because the time already ran out before going there. But I'll tell you what, Six Skill, fair play to him, he actually did very well to get second, and Killer Dude of course in third place. Then you got Joe Bananas that literally nearly won the race, but then you got Luke in fifth, then JMR in sixth with the likes of Yuri. Fair play to Yuri in seventh place in the Lamborghini, fair play to him. And it does look like, unfortunately, Seth has actually got a penalty, a 1.5 second penalty for, of course, taking his mandatory pit stop. So it did look like he didn't take it. With the likes of Dazza, of course, in 8th, MX, of course, in 9th place, followed by McIvor in, of course, 10th for the moment. So that could be very interesting to see, but it looks like Silverbeard is Chris Allen, so I do apologise, Chris, if you're watching the stream, pal. I do apologise, mate. I can't remember people's PSNs, I do apologise. And of course P in 14th, but it looks like he was actually 14th because of Seth's time penalty there. So we'll go through the race results very quickly then, with Lemos then taking the overall win, followed by Six Skill. Then you've got Killer Dude, Joe Bananas, of course Luke, JMR, Yuri, Dazza, MX. Then you've got, of course, McIvor, Fred, Chris, then of course Prepared, Captain Slow, aka Pete, and then of course Seth with that 1.5 second penalty applied. That is not going to do his credentials any good. And I think Fred actually won the AM class ahead of ahead of Chris, and of course prepared there for race number 1. Race number 2 then is going to be up and running very soon. I'm just going to get ready for qualifying, but it does mean that I've got another 5 minutes of qualifying, which is going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. But if you are watching the stream, guys, please do give it a massive thumbs up, because it helps me and it helps everyone else out as well massively. But you know, it looks like the likes of Killer Dude and of course some of the guys try to push on for dear life. But I don't know why Killer Dude's got his wipers on there. He's trying to tell me it's raining, but we'll soon find out. But race number 2 qualifying will be coming up very soon, but we'll see how close it's going to go. But I'm going to grab a quick drink, because I feel like my voice is going to go, so I'll be back in a moment or two. There we go. I do apologise about that, guys. But we'll see what's going to happen for the second race of the evening. But qualifying for that is going to be up very shortly. But seems to be a very interesting bit of racing there, but quite nice to see Luke back up into 5th after pitting early on. But we are ready for qualifying number 2 then, the second qualifying session of the evening. So it looks like Luke is going to be the first, then MX, so they're going to try and go and get out of pit lane together. But we'll see what's happening. It will be a very another close encounter, I think. Given what we've seen for race number 2, race number 1 rather, it's going to be quite an interesting grid, I think. But you can just see Peter in the Bentley. I think he's had a bit of a not sort of a disaster, but I think he's trying to push on. But we'll see what's going to happen between everyone. I think there's quite a few guys that are going to try and push on for qualifying. Qualifying is going to be obviously thick and fast. It is only 5 minutes, just to give the guys a bit of time. But we've got the likes of Seth. Seth may have to now remember to do his mandatory pit stop. But we'll see what goes on. We've got around 3 minutes and 41 seconds left of qualifying, so we will see. I think Fred is the last one to leave. Yes, he is. So the McLaren driver is the last one. But who is going to get pole position then for race number 2? It could be this guy, Joe Bananas. He got pole position for race number 1. Is he going to be able to do it again and make it 2 from 2? We'll soon find out. But we've got some very quick racers coming up. But we'll see what Luke can do. Luke's actually currently got a clear track, so that could be very interesting. That could vouch for him in the number 12 Ferrari. But just gotta make sure I'm heard. Yes, I am. Excuse me. But we'll see what Luke can do. Luke's obviously going to try and push on. He's obviously did very well to get 5th place in race number 1. I think he wants a bit more within there. He wants to spray some champagne tonight, I think, is what he wants to do. But we'll see what MX can do within the Audi, followed by Joe Bananas. Are the Audis going to be quicker, or we're going to see the Bentleys, or well, the Bentley or the Ferraris, or even the McLarens thereabouts Don't worry about the time, the positions on screen, ladies and gents. It is just for qualifying. It will try and push on quite a bit, but looking at where Luke is at the moment, whereabouts is he? What's he doing at the moment? On board with Luke at the moment. Luke's actually probably trying to push on with the Ferrari. He's obviously getting used to it. I think after having many seasons in a Mercedes AMG, then to a McLaren, but he's now gone to a Ferrari, so it could be very interesting to see how well he does. He's coming through the latter half of the lap now. He could be on to provisional pole position, we'll soon find out, but you know, who knows exactly what's going on. I think everyone, there is a car off though, I believe. Yes, that is Prepared. I think Prepared's got some issues with that gearbox by the sounds of it, but Luke is about to cross the line then. What's he going to do? There's a 142.231. Very interesting lap time for the Ferrari. What is he going to be able to stay pole position, because there is going to be some faster guys coming through. We'll soon find out with the likes of MX. MX goes second with the likes of 6 Skill. He goes fastest with 141.205. Joe Banana's second at the moment with Luke down in third. JMR fourth, then Yuri up into fifth. That's a good lap time for Yuri to get fifth and to get onto row number 3. But then Lemos pips him, so he pips him down to row number 4. But that's going to be very interesting. Daz goes, of course, 6th at the moment. Silverbeard 8th. McIvor 9th. MX now 10th at the moment with 23 seconds to go. So likes of Fred, Captain Slow. Killer Dude. Oh, it's a Ferrari 1-2 at the moment. It's a Ferrari 1-2 at the moment. This could be very close on home turf for the Ferraris. But Joe Bananas, oh, I'll tell you what, 6 Skill, fair play to him. Onto pole position at the moment, provisional pole position. But what's Luke going to do? Because Luke, I'll tell you what, if Luke's on the course to try and, he's 4th at the moment. He could easily try and get a Ferrari 1, 2, 3 at the moment. But Fred doesn't set a lap time, then Pete doesn't set a lap time, and nor does Seth. It's a bit of annoying, that is. But never mind. Alright, it's a Ferrari 1, 2, 3 on the grid for race number 2. This could be a very close as you like, but Joe Bananas is stuck in traffic. He's got MX ahead of him. Oh, he goes a bit wide out the final turn then. So it's a Ferrari 1, 2, 3 at the moment. Try to get the toe off MX there. Is he going to do it? But could be. Yeah, he's pipped Luke to 3rd. So I'd say well, it's not a Ferrari 1, 2, 3 anymore for qualifying. It is a 1, 2 for Ferrari. 2 Ferraris that did very well to chase after Joe Bananas in race number 1. Thereabouts, I'll tell you what, it is going to be very close to see what's going to happen for the second 35-minute races. But I'll tell you what, fair play to, of course, 6 Skill, and of course Killer Dude, the 52 and the 51 Ferraris. Thereabouts, I'll tell you what, they will be on course to try and show us exactly what they've got. We've got around 30 seconds left until qualifying does officially end, but you know, who knows exactly what's going to do. But we'll see exactly how close it's going to go. I think Seth's had a bit of a problem in qualifying, which isn't very good at all. But we'll get ready for, of course, the last race of the evening. But another 35-minute race. I'll tell you what, 6 Skill and Killer Dude, the Ferraris, these guys are looking very feisty this evening. But if you are watching the stream, guys, I will try and do driver interviews after this race. I'll try and obviously get the top 3 into the party. If I don't, then they'll have to wait till Silverstone. But we'll soon try and jog them in after 35 minutes of racing. But they'll probably want to wind down, because it's probably going to be another tense race. But looking at the grid then, got 6 Skill, Killer Dude, Joe Bananas, Luke's there. Luke's got a good chance to try and get on the podium. this time round. And you got JMR, then you got of course Lemos, then you got of course Dazza Yuri, and of course 8th. He was doing very well. He's actually got some pretty good pacing at the beginning. He's Yuri, I'll tell you that. Silver, we've got Chris, then of course McIver prepared, then of course MX rather, then you got Fred, and of course Captain, and you got Pete, then of course Seth at the back of the grid. And I'll tell you what, we are looking forward to seeing what the second race of the evening is going to do. But let us know in the comments, guys, what you think is going to happen. Do we think the likes of Six Skill and of course Killer Dude's going to blast off into the lead, or are they going to be pushing on for dear life? It could be a very interesting second race of the evening. But if you're liking the stream, guys, please just give it a massive thumbs up for me. It'll help me out, it'll help the guys out, it'll help the stream out. But yes, we are good to go very soon for the second 35-minute race here at Imola for round number 2 of the PlayStation 4 lobby of Season 5, believe it or not, the Thursday Night Racing League from Imola. I'll tell you what, we are going to be in for a cracker. I think just looking exactly how close it's going to get for some of the guys, just looking at obviously the cars just get ready to go for the green flag lap, and we'll see exactly how close it's going to get, because the likes of Joe Bananas and of course Luke, they're going to be the ones to watch, I think, in this second race. But who knows what's going to happen, because race 1 provided some entertainment. Is race 2 going to provide? A couple of guys flashing the lights at the moment, I think they're trying to put the lights on, or whether they're just flashing the lights because they're getting ready to go. But the cars are firing up. But we'll soon find out exactly what's going to happen. With of course 10 seconds left. I think the likes of Six Skill doesn't have his lights on at the moment, nor does JMR. I think a few of the guys haven't got the lights on. They will have to put them on, obviously, of course, when the race gets going, because it will obviously go against them. But just looking at Six Skill then, the Ferrari driver pushing on. Just looking back from him at the moment with the likes of Killer Dude. Yeah, I do apologise. So there is a few guys ahead at the moment. I believe JMR now does have his lights on after race 1, but there is another mandatory pit stop in this race. It's going to get close, because you've seen in race 1 how precision they planned it, and it seemed to work very well. But just looking at just making sure excuse me, just making sure I'm still heard on stream. Just looking back from the Ferrari, Six Skill then, is he going to be pushing on? Could see exactly what's going to happen. I think the likes of Joe Bananas, of course Luke, they're going to literally go for nose to tail. I think could be in for a great second race of the evening. But you can tell how dark it still is here at Imola for race number 2. But hopefully we get for cracker. It's going to be very close. They're obviously going to have to try and sort themselves out in grid order very soon, because getting up towards the completion of the lap. But we'll see if we get a decent second race like we did in race number 1. But looking at the likes of course Six Skill versus Killer Dude at the moment, it's looking likely we could be thereabouts pushing on. But we'll see how close it's going to get. But you know, some of the guys are going to be a bit argumentative and a bit feisty. I think the likes of Six Skill wants to try and get ahead of these guys, because he's now put the lights on that Ferrari, so he's done it earlier than planned and not done it halfway around the last bit of the lap. But just see, I think the likes of MX needs to put his lights on the Audi as well. I think he has done, I'm not too sure, but the other guys are very slow coming into the final bits of the lap, so they're going to have to try and push on, but you can just see exactly how close it's going to get. Is Six Skill going to try and push on? Don't worry about the time screen, just trying to push on with the idea, but who knows what's going to happen for the rolling start. Then we've got the likes of Six Skill trying to push on, and of course Luke's there in, of course, 4th place at the moment. He's going to try and push on. The cars are lining up then side by side, ready for the second race here at Imola for Season 5 of the Thursday Night Racing League PlayStation 4 lobby. It is going to be good to go. Are we going to get the green lights? Are we going to get the green flag? Yes, we are. We are very good to go. Any moment. And yes, we are ready to go, and it is going to be a very interesting bit of racing now in towards turn number 1. A bit of a collision there between the likes of oh, Luke's gone off wide. That is not going to help him. He's gone skating already. He's going to rejoin probably dead last if he's not careful. Oh, he's had a bit of contact with Yuri. Quite a bit of contact there, and I'll tell you what, that is taking out Yuri, and I believe that is also taken out Prepared, I believe. Yes, it has, and Six Skill still leads the race. Then he's got a bit of a gap then between the likes of trying to figure it out in this race. It looks like JMR's had a bit of difficulty as well, as the timing screen throws a bit of a wobbler yet again, but it's already kicked off in this race, which we didn't really want to happen, but got Joe Bananas then. And of course, second place at the moment with the likes of Lemos. Then you got Daz, then you got MX, followed by Luke. Luke's dropped down to 6th, then Killer Dude. And of course 7th, McIvor, 8th, Pete, and of course 9th, JMR now 10th rather, I beg your pardon, with the likes of Seth, and then of course Fred, and then of course Silverbeard, and then of course Yuri, and then Yuri's gone off at the chicane, as well as Prepared is there, and of course 15th. But to kickstart lap number 2, I think it's, or lap number 1, confuses me. But pit lane is open for the mandatory pit stop, so they can take them any time now between now and the end of the race. So got Lemos then trying to push on with the likes of Daz of 4th. At the moment, with the likes of MX in, of course, and of course 5th at the moment with the Killer Dude in, of course 6th. Then you got Luke in 7th. Luke slashing the lights for Killer Dude for some unknown reason. Now of course, Luke goes off again. Luke's really struggling at the moment. I don't know whether that Ferrari's been dialed up wrong, or it's just how it is. Yuri goes into pit lane then with the likes of JMR trying to get alongside McIvor, with the likes of Pete, and then of course Seth, then of course Fred, then you've got Chris, and of course Prepared, and then of course Yuri in pit lane. Yuri's probably had a bit of a nightmare, probably a bit of damage in the early lap skirmish, but allows Six Skill to get away with them with the likes of Joe Bananas. And of course Lemos trying to push on, but we'll see what happens with 32 minutes left of this race. Then still a long way to go with MX, and then of course Daz, and then of course Killer Dude almost making best friends with Daz's back bumper there, but we'll see exactly what's going to happen between the Ferrari and the Audi battle. It's going to be very close with the likes of Luke trying to push on. He's also there, but currently 7th at the moment on the road with JMR's outbroke himself. That's allowed McIvor to get past, so it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen with the likes of Pete trying to push on them, but Yuri's going to be a lap down with the likes of MX already into pit lane then. And of course Killer Dude also in pit lane. Seems a lot of cars have had a bit of issues so far, maybe a bit of dirt on the tyres, probably thinking, right, we're going to... Oh, who was that? Was that? Yeah, that was Yuri. Oh, Yuri's having a bit of a disaster. I feel sorry for Yuri's come back, but hopefully he doesn't have too much of an issue. But the likes of Joe Bananas and of course Lemos at the moment with 6 skills still leading the race then. At the moment with Dazza and of course Luke trying to catch each other up, but with Dazza still 4th at the moment with the likes of Luke there in of course 5th at the moment with McIvor holding on JMR for potentially 6th place at the moment. Could be very close to see what's going to happen, but who knows exactly what's going to happen with the likes of JMR trying to push on. He is there with Pete still there in 8th place at the moment, but we'll see exactly what's going to happen. Fred's still there in of course 10th place I think, with the likes of Chris then of course prepared about to put Killer Dude down in of course 14th at the moment, so it's not looking good for race 1 podium finisher. But 30 minutes to go then with of course Joe Banana still leading, not leading, second rather, with the likes of 6 skill leading with Dazza in 4th, Luke still there in 5th then, so Ferrari leading the race with a Ferrari in 5th place at the moment, but could be very close to see exactly how that's going to pan out, because you know 30 minutes left of racing, it seems a long way to go at the moment with the likes of McIvor and of course JMR trying to push on with Pete still there of course 8th place at the moment with excuse me, with the likes of Seth still there and of course 9th at the moment Fred, and of course 10th was Chris in 11th, then prepared in 13th, 12th rather with MX in 13th, and then Killer Dude still in pit lane at the moment. He's still there, whether he's picked up some damage somehow, with the likes of Yuri still 15th at the moment. That could be a very hamper race, but I think Yuri's now 14th because Killer Dude's still in pit lane, unless he's gone out. Yes, he's on his way out now with 6 skill still there in 1st place then, with the likes of Joe Bananas still there in 2nd, Lemos, and of course race 1 winner in 3rd place at the moment, on board with Lemos going through towards the latter half of the lap. He's currently trying to chase after Joe Bananas for what will be 2nd place, trying to make it. Is he going to try and make it 2 from 2 tonight? It could be very interesting for the Porsche driver to try and make it 2 from 2. He may be able to do that, but the likes of Luke and Dazza's got Luke chasing him down, going on board with the Welshman and the number 12 Ferrari. Let's see what he can do. Is he going to be able to get there past the likes of Dazza, or is he going to be pushing on for dear life? But we'll soon find out. So I think McIvor still there in 6th. Yes, he is, with the likes of JMR still there in 7th, with the likes of Pete and of course 8th, and of course Seth in 9th. Fred's still there, and of course 10th at the moment, with the likes of Chris trying to push on for that 10th place at the moment. Is he going to be able to get past the McLaren with around 27.5 minutes to go in this 2nd race, with the likes of MX and of course Yuri, and then of course Killer Dude in of course 15th at the moment. It seems that got a battle for 3rd and yeah, 2nd and 3rd, 4th and 5th, because Luke's getting very closer to Daz's Audi at the moment. Let's see if he can do it, but I think Luke's found him in a bit of the wars in there the early lap of the race, but he's trying to push on. He's trying to get back where he was, but it's not looking close enough. But he's actually getting closer to the Audi, I beg your pardon. But is he going to try and push on? He needs to get thereabouts. He was very quick at start, well, very quick in qualifying for race number 2, but excuse me, as we have the likes of Lemos trying to push on for what could be the double win tonight if all things go well, if he plays the cards right. We've got McIvor still holding off JMR at the moment, the likes of Luke literally nose to tail with that LDR rating, the LDR rating in front of him. It could be very interesting to see what the Ferrari can do. We'll go back on board with Luke's Ferrari. It's going to be very close. It's quite interesting between these guys at the moment. It's getting close, 26 minutes to go in this second race here at Imola. We're on board with Luke then. Oh, he gets in the gravel again. That's cost him a bit more time. He's not having a good night. He's trying to push on, but whether he's got issues or not, that's another thing. Well, let's find out though, because he's trying to literally cut back up to Daz Tinkner. He's going to try and get there, but he's lost a bit of ground now. But what's happening for, of course, Jeremiah goes into pit lane. Didn't see that, but he's obviously gone into pit lane with the likes of Lemos and, of course, Joe Bananas. Second and third at the moment, but Lemos is literally driving that Porsche very well. He's done very well to get a race win already this evening. We're on board with Lemos going into that chicane. Oh, looks a bit frightening in the dark. I can tell you, got a bit crossed up there. But is he going to try and catch up to Joe Bananas? Is he going to be able to do it? This could be a very close battle. We'll soon find out. But you can just see Lemos there trying to get back up to that Audi. Still on board with the Porsche driver. But you can just see how close it's going to get, because I think Lemos wants to try and make it 2 from 2 tonight here at Imola for round number 2 of season 5 of Thursday Night Racing League. But if you just joined, it is the legendary Hoppers in the commentary box. And how is everyone doing? But yes, Luke is still catching up to Dazza. He's actually caught back up, which is quite surprising after that mistake just here a lap ago. But obviously there seems to be a lot of interest. McIver also jumps in to pit lane with the Lexus RCF. I think we've still got an interesting battle for the AM class between the likes of Fred and, of course, Chris. But excuse me, we have 24 minutes left of this race then. We'll see exactly what's going to happen, but go on board with the Lamos in the Porsche then. Is he going to be able to catch up to Joe Bananas? It's looking a bit frightening, especially in the dark at the moment. But I'll tell you what, guys, you are in for a treat. I'll tell you what, you are watching Thursday Night Racing League. It's looking a bit back from, of course, Lamos's Porsche at the moment. I've got the angle wrong, I do apologise, but see exactly how close he's going to get, because I think he's trying to get up to Joe Bananas as best as he can. But we'll soon find out within the Porsche as well as the Audi battle. It's still raging on between these two. Can't afford contact, but Luke's still there in, of course, 5th place at the moment, trying to chase Dazza down. We'll go on board with the Ferrari driver in a moment, which we will do now, because we'll go on board with the number 12 Ferrari. Just see exactly how close it's getting between these guys. Obviously, you know, Luke's pushed on. He made a bit of mistakes in the early laps, but still thereabouts trying to push on against Daz Tinkner for what could be a very interesting end to Luke's night of racing. But you know, he's looking very feisty, I must admit. He's got that Audi in his sights. Oh, he's clipped the curb a bit too much there, has he? Has that unsettled him slightly? Let's have a look what's happening for, obviously, of course, second and third between the likes of Joe Bananas and, of course, Lamos at the moment. Lamos trying to literally get thereabouts. Is he going to get it? It could be very interesting. 22 minutes to go then. Not even halfway through the race yet, and I'll tell you what, I'm already starting to feel the effects of the throat getting a bit dry and a bit hoarse at the moment, but we'll carry on. But good to see the likes of Joe Bananas and, of course, Lamos trying to push on. It could be very close as you like between these two. It looks like the Audi versus the Porsche. It almost seems a bit of an interesting battle. Not many cars have gone in for the mandatory pit stops, but I believe the likes of Seth has now made his excuse me, his mandatory pit stop this time round, with the likes of Luke And of course Dazza trying to still push on. Daz Tintner trying to get there. We've gone on board with, oh dear, that's not good. Oh, Seth's got a stop-go penalty for speeding the pit there. We're on board with Luke, having a bit of a battle with Daz Tintner, but he nearly took Daz out then. But you can just see how feisty and precision you've got to get in the, especially with trying to battle in the dark, especially with a lap car was getting in the way there. But you know, poor old Seth's got a drive-through penalty for speeding, or stop-go penalty, I beg your pardon, for speeding in the pit lane. That's 2 in this, in the one in the first race for, of course, for Pete, and now for Seth in race number 2. So that's 2 stop-go penalties this evening that the stewards and the officials have not been happy with. But Joe Bananas still holding off from Lemos at the moment. Lemos is actually trying to get that Audi as best as he can. I think the likes of course, Luke's going to try and get past Daz at the moment. I do apologise with the funny way the cameras go at the moment. We'll go on board with these drivers, but go back on board with Luke then. What's he going to do? Is he going to be pushing on for dear life? He's got around 19 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. But we'll see what Daz can do. Is he going to get away from Luke as they're going to try and push on? But just see how quick the Ferrari and Audi battle is brewing. But it looks like we're close for comfort between the likes of the Audi R8 of course, Joe Bananas, and of course Lemos. Lemos is of course Porsche at the moment. Go on board with the Porsche driver then, chasing down Joe Bananas then for what would be a thrilling night of racing for, of course, Lemos. He knows for a fact MGL and of course Stefano Marchetto aren't here tonight, so it's going to be a great points haul for him. But at the moment it could be very interesting to see how close it's going to get, but who knows exactly what's going to happen. But the likes of Joe Bananas and of course Lemos are going to try and push on for second and third at the moment, with the Audi driver trying to hold off the dear life of the Porsche. But we'll soon find out what's going to happen with that. I believe Seth has gone into pit lane there for his stop-go penalty, but we'll see what Luke's going to do. It's almost a move on, of course, Lemos on Joe Bananas, but we'll try and push on for dear life. We could easily find out what's going to happen there. But stop-go penalty now has cleared for Seth, but it seems that the likes of Joe Bananas and of course Lemos then are going to try and push on for what could be a very eccentric night of racing for the pair of them. I'll tell you what, Joe Bananas led the earlier race the race number 1 for quite some time, but then obviously he got caught by the Ferraris. Dazza goes into pit lane, and that's allowed Luke to get into 4th. Then Luke could be pushing on for what could be a podium finish if he plays his cards right. So we're halfway through the race then, with 17.5 minutes to go in this second race here at Imola for season 5 of Thursday Night Racing League. Round number 2 here at Imola for the PlayStation 4 lobby. I do apologise, guys, nearly getting my words crossed up yet again, but see what happens, because Lemos is still in 3rd at the moment, trying to catch up to Joe Bananas. 17 minutes to go then. Could be a feisty end to this race as well at this rate, because just remember, even though they've got to make the mandatory pit stop, they've got the likes of Fred and of course, oh dear, 30 second penalty, 30 second stop-go penalty for Daz Tintner. Is that speed in the pit lane? Stewards are giving that 30 second stop-go penalty. I believe that's for speeding in the pit lane as well. So there's quite a few penalties have been dished out this race now because of stop-go penalties. You know, you've got to be careful not to take off the pit lane limiter before you get to the pit lane exit, because if you do, you will get the stop car penalty by the stewards. Excuse me. You got Lemos trying to push on. Still there in third place, still trying to chase after Joe Bananas, but has he got a bit of an issue? Is yet to find out, but Luke's still there in fourth at the moment. Pete's still in fifth. Pete's in fifth at the moment in the Bentley Continental GT. Fair play to him. We'll see how well he goes, but Daz Tinkler then, he's got a stop-go penalty, 30 seconds, that's going to hamper him. Depends on when he takes it though. JMR, and of course 7th, MX, and of course 8th, then you got McIvor, and of course Fred in 9th and 10th, then you got Yuri 11th after a bit of a argy-bargy moment into of course the first couple of turns. Then you got Chris, then you got Killer Dude, then Prepared, and of course Seth rounding up the field, but looks like Daz has now gone into pit lane to take his 30-second stop-go penalty. Joe Bananas still in second place though, he's got to be careful. He's got the car of Seth ahead of him. It's going to be very close because Seth's going to be a lap down, but he's got these faster guys coming. He's got to be very careful because he kind of nearly got in the way of Daz and of course Luke a couple of laps ago. But we're around 14, just coming up to 14 minutes to go then. Joe Bananas and of course Lamos are coming through, but can't find a way to lap Seth at the moment. Seth's got to be very careful. Got these faster cars, these two are actually in battle for second and third. You've got to be really positioned, because any slight move or any slight mistake from your behalf, you know, Joe's getting a bit hampered by Seth's positioning at the moment. He's got to be very careful. Oh, that's a bit very lucky there, very lucky to not be taken out by second and third place positions. There is Seth, but rightly done. But I believe Daz's stop-go penalty now has cleared, so he's going to have to carry on. But he's down in 10th place at the moment, but we'll soon figure it out when it gets nearer. But we've got 13 minutes and 18 seconds left. Where is Luke at the moment? Luke is currently there. He's got a nice comfortable gap at the moment with the likes of course 6 Skill at the moment in of course first place. Then you've got Joe Bananas still with Lamos there trying to get past him. Go back on board with the Porsche driver. I do apologise if the cameras just pick up some weird glitch, but shouldn't happen. But we're on board with of course Lamos and of course chasing after Joe Bananas. He's still thereabouts, but of course he's not going to get soon push on for dear life between these two. You can just see the likes of Lamos trying to literally still push on to that Audi. So we're still on board with the Porsche driver then. But this is absolutely insane, the amount of driving from these guys. So far so good. But let's see what's going to happen between the likes of Lamos and of course Joe Bananas. Joe's probably thinking we should add some bananas to throw at the back of that Porsche, because I'm sick of seeing it in my rear view mirror at the moment. But I'll tell you what, these two haven't given up. These two have not left each other alone for quite some time. But you can just see exactly what Lamos is going to do. I think there's another lap car going to be joining that sort of frame, or is it? Excuse me. But we'll soon figure out. With around 11 minutes and 40 seconds left, Lamos is actually tooth and nail between Joe Bananas right now. It could be all enough. It could be a lot of interest, but who knows what's going to happen then between the likes of Lamos and of course Joe Bananas at the moment. We have 11 minutes and 11 seconds left. in this second race of the evening here at Imola. Could be very feisty indeed towards the end, but if you're watching the stream, guys, please let us know what you think, and I'm very interested to hear your thoughts. But it's going to be very close to see what's going to happen. I think the likes of Lamos and of course Joe Bananas, these two have raced very well. Even with lap traffic, it's not been easy, but you know, we're going to see what's going to happen very soon. But coming up to 10.5 minutes left of this race, and I'll tell you what, it doesn't feel like 35 minutes has happened so far. But you've got likes of McIvor and that now going to get a lap down, but we'll try and see exactly what's going to go on in a minute or two. But we'll still go on board with Lamos then, try to chase after Joe Bananas, because it's there for the taking. I think what's going to happen there is, the fact is, I think just looking at Joe Bananas at the moment, it's trying to push on with the likes of Lamos still thereabouts, but we'll go on to the helmet cam of Lamos then to see how quick he's getting, but it's all or nothing at the moment. But you know, Joe Bananas has got a couple of cars ahead of him to try and clear the gap of course Lemos at the moment, but could be very close to the next group of cars though. Will have to try and push on, but I think Lemos has decided to go in pit lane, and that's going to allow Luke, unless Luke goes into pit lane into third, but we'll soon find out. But of course Joe Bananas has now got a gaggle of cars ahead of him. He's got, I think, trying to figure out who that is. That is the Lamborghini of course Prepared, so could be very close to see what he's going to do. But looking at Lemos then, he's in pit lane, he's going to come out very shortly. He's been looking very racy as Lemos tonight, but got to be very careful. He's going to be probably joining the region, unless he's got I think he's thereabouts. But well done, he's done very well this evening. But we'll just see exactly what Joe Bananas is going to do. He's got McIvor still ahead of him, so the groups that have got to do the fuel stop are of course 6 Skill, Joe Bananas, Luke, and of course Pete. For the 4 drivers that are left to do their mandatory pit stop with 8 minutes to go in the second race. It looks like Yuri's had a bit of electrical issues in that Lamborghini, and it could be very close to see what's going to happen. But it's a big shame really for of course Yuri. He was on course for a very good night of racing. He did very well in race number 1, but with of course 7.5, let's come up 7.5 minutes to go. Luke is there, he's coming through excuse me, coming through the final sector. I do apologise, ladies and gents, but for Pete, I think Lemos is, I'm trying to think where he is. It's the camera plays a wobbler. He's coming down the hill, so he's got a bit of a gap, but 6 Skill then is going to be coming out pit lane very shortly. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen. But Lemos then coming through the final turn. We'll see what he's going to do. Is he going to get onto the podium, or is he going to be pushing on? Because you can just see how close it's getting. But Pete's coming into pit lane then. I think there's going to be a bit of a battle brewing, but I don't know whether this is because of our lapped cars or what. But Daz is trying to get past Fred for what could be potentially ninth place at the moment. I do apologise guys if I sound a bit bummed, but got got, of course, Joe Bananas now leads the race with 6 minutes to go in this race. Then race number 2 of the evening. But the way my voice is going at the moment, unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to cope with driver interviews or see how things go after this race. But we'll try and push on for a bit. But Luke's still there, and of course, second place at the moment with, of course, 5 minutes and 38 seconds left. Pete's now there. He's got to be careful. Oh, he's got another stop and go penalty. That is not what he wants. He did that in race 1. He's done it again in race number 2. I don't understand how. I'm not being disrespectful, but how people can miss the pit lane limiter. I think in the dark it's very difficult, and you know, fair play. But you know, it's a bit unfortunate for Pete because he had one in race 1, and now he's got one in race 2. So the Bentley driver then will have to take a stop-go penalty for 30 seconds. But that is not what he wants in this race. That is not what he wants. I'll tell you what, looking at, of course, Joe Bananas at the moment. Joe is literally on course to try and take a victory. He had it, you know, he's on course to try and take it in race 1. Oh, he's flipped them sausage curbs. That is not what he wants. Is that going to delay him? Or is it going to just cost him a bit of time? We'll soon find out. But I'll tell you what, this is absolutely unstoppable between these guys. I'll tell you what, Joe Bananas is going to be... Just try to think, will he go into pit lane? Yes, he does. He goes into pit lane now, and that's going to be very... Oh, I think he's took the pit lane sign down with him as well, so doesn't want to be doing that. There's quite a few cars ahead of Luke's going to be also there. So with 4 minutes to go then. This is going to be close as you like though, isn't it? Lemos is there. 6 skill. I think Pete's also coming in for his stop-go penalty. Oh, got to be careful. I think just looking at Joe Bananas, he's taking out the cones, and that's allowed 6 skill to get into the race lead. Then with around 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. This is going to be feisty as we get. I think Luke's also now coming out of pit lane, so that's going to put Luke in. I think it's put him 4th. Is it put him back in 4th? Yes, it has. I think because Lemos is Lemos is currently Lemos is currently there. But Joe Bananas, he's got. Quite an interesting moment, but look at 30 seconds for Pete there. He's actually had a bit of a nightmare, but 6 skill them. Currently in around first place again with Joe Bananas in, of course. Oh, Daz is up to 8th. I do apologise. Did not see how he managed to do that, but Lemos is there. Pete's stop-go penalty is now cleared. Just give me a second while I try and get my telly not to... Oh, there we go, I do apologise. My TV was about to turn off, and that's something I don't want while I'm commentating. But looking at 6 skill then, he's currently leading the race there with Joe Bananas 2nd, Lemos, and of course 3rd, Luke in 4th, trying to get past Fred, who's putting a lot down. Jeremiah actually up into 5th then. MX up into 6th. McIvor in 7th. Desert in, of course, 8th. Fred in currently in 9th then. With Killadoo 10th. Silverbeard Chris. Yeah. Chris Allen in, of course, 11th. Pete in 12th then. With, of course, Seth in, of course, 13th. And, of course, Prepared in 14th. Sadly, Yuri's Lamborghini has expired its engine by the looks of it, but there's a battle. I'll tell you what, this battle yet again between Joe Bananas and Lemos, oh my goodness, it's like shades of early laps but this is exactly how it's going to go. I tell you what, this is probably going to go down to probably the last lap of the race, no doubt. I'll tell you what, fair play to Lemos. He is going to be on course to get on the podium. He will be getting maximum scores tonight as well, which seems a lot of ideas, but we'll see how well it's going to go. I think 40 seconds remaining. Might even get squeeze another lap into this, but we'll soon find out, because 6 skill is pushing on, but 30 seconds remaining. He may cross the line. He may be the first one to actually complete the lap, but he's done very well so far with the likes of Joe Bananas and of course Lamos. They're also heading towards the line, but we'll soon find out what goes on. But looks like 6 skill maybe to get onto the final lap then, or is he going to run out of time before he crosses the line? We'll soon find out, but he's got 5 seconds to go. He will be onto the last lap then, so fair play to 6 skill. He is going to be the victor of race number 2 here at of course Imola for Thursday Night Racing League. Joe Bananas second at the moment. We've got excuse me, of course Lamos they're about to in third, with of course Luke in of course 4th place at the moment, JMR 5th at the moment. Yeah, Luke's 4th, JMR 5th, MX in of course 6th, McIval 7th, Dazza 8th, Killer Dude 9th, Fred in 10th with Silverbeard in 11th, of course Captain Slow aka Peter, of course 12th, then of course Seth, then of course Prepared in of course 14th at the moment. But I'll tell you what, fair play to of course 6 skill to try and get it onto the podium yet again. Got on board with Lamos trying to push on for dear life. He's trying to catch up to that Audi as best as he can, but looking at 6 skill at the moment just to give him a bit of airtime. I'll tell you what, it's been a very interesting night of racing so far. I'll tell you what, this has been probably a fantastic night for quite some of the guys this evening, but I'll tell you what, it is going to be very close to see what's going to happen going into of course the next race, and I believe the next race is an endurance race around Silverstone, so it's going to be very interesting. But coming through the final turn now is of course 6 skill. He is going to take the second race win of the evening. He is a Ferrari, it is another Ferrari, but the Ferraris were really interesting this evening, with the likes of Joe Bananas literally holding on now for second place ahead of Lamos. That is an absolute stellar night for Joe Bananas, with of course Lamos there. And I'll tell you what, fair play to Luke, and of course coming home in 4th after a bit of a nightmare this evening, but he's picked up some valuable points to try and push on, with of course JMR literally in of course 5th place at the moment. He will be delighted with that, with of course MX in of course 6th place after that. But we'll see exactly what will happen in 2 weeks time at Silverstone. I'm just gonna see what goes on. MX goes there, McIval in of course 7th at the moment, but we'll see exactly what is going to happen. But we'll still push on with excuse me, with the likes of McIval trying to push on for 7th place in the end. We have the likes of Daz and of course Killer Dude, Fred, Chris, and of course Pete, and of course Seth, and of course Prepared in of course 13th and 14th. I've just got some comments on the stream. I do apologise guys, I'm missing out on the comments, but I do apologise guys for any missing comments. But I'll tell you what, it has been a very interesting night of racing. Due to the fact is my voice is kind of gone, I'm not going to do driver interviews for this week, because you know, I feel like I've been talking for quite some time and I don't want to be coughing and spluttering to the guys. But I'm going to let the guys know that I'll be doing them as of Silverstone instead. But I hope you've enjoyed the racing, guys. It has been good, and but yeah, it's been a great night of racing. Let's just get the final results very quickly. Well, let's have a look at race 1 results. You got Lemos, then you got Six Skill, and then you got Killer Dude. The Ferraris were there thick and thin in race number 1. Then obviously the top 3 in, of course, race number 2, Six Skill, Joe Bananas, of course, Lemos. Of course, Lemos gets obviously onto the podium again, but I'll tell you what, fair play to everyone tonight. It has been a good night of racing. Poor old Jury unfortunately had an electrical issue in his Lamborghini for the race, but hopefully he's back at Silverstone. I'll tell you what, guys, in 2 weeks time we will be there. I think it is an endurance race, so until then, guys, I've been Hoppers for Thursday Night Racing League. Have a good weekend, take care, and I'll see you in 2 weeks time. Have a good one. Ta-ra.